Birds are now starting to move into the second span of the bridge, although some are still getting into the first span, and there's still a considerable amount on the roof. And I'm trying to break the filament into little segments, but for at least 5 minutes now, parties of hundreds of birds have been moving in onto the bridge. I would have expected by now that the birds en masse would lift, wheel around and start getting in, but it looks as though the apartment block is acting as a kind of holding point. Now there's a considerable flock of birds you see are up now, and they're wheeling around, and a sparrowhawk has just appeared. And I'm sure he's quite interested in the birds. It was very interesting. The birds are now going back onto the first span of the bridge, but it was very interesting to see that sparrowhawk sliding past. Now, I don't know whether it was successful and tried to strike one of the birds, but it's made off towards the south. Now, whether it'll be back for another attempt, I don't know, but you can see the birds are now wheeling across the sky, and it is really adding to the whole spectacle. And the way these birds move shows you again how difficult it is for a predator to isolate one bird from the flock. Obviously the birds also benefit from being warmer if they all roost together. And the last birds are now starting to move under the bridge. It's now 5:45, and the noise is still quite great, but it's mostly coming from the birds that seem to be under the first two spans of the bridge. The last few small flocks of between 100 and 500 birds are now making their way into the roost, and the birds have settled for the evening. Now, we don't know whether the sparrowhawk was able to get its supper, but the fact that it's here today means that it's likely to be showing up on a regular basis. So hopefully, if you come down this part of Belfast, you'll be able to witness this fantastic wildlife spectacle. Hopefully you'll also be treated to the sight of predatory birds, maybe trying to get themselves their supper.